I am here in the Kazimierz, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, district, which is the historic Jewish district in Krakow, the Old Town Jewish district in Krakow. And it's really nice area, a lot of shops, cafes, really picturesque, very peaceful too. And I thought I would do a video on the EU and Poland, because there's a lot of big news with the EU and Poland. And the news is that the European Union yesterday said that they will now be placing a daily fine on Poland because of the dispute with the judicial system. And let's give some context as to what's going on with this judicial system. It's not that complicated and it sounds. So basically what's happening is that the government, the ruling party, they passed a certain legislation which said that they will create a disciplinary chamber, and this chamber would provide oversight to judges and to court case rulings. And the European Union said that this chamber, this disciplinary chamber that the government decided to put in place, could be politicized. And they told Poland to do away with this chamber, that it was going to be politicized, and it goes against EU law, EU doctrine, human rights, whatever the hell you want to call it. Anyway, they told Poland, you are not going to have this chamber. Get rid of it. And so they were going back and forth, and they were arguing, and the EU was threatening Poland. They were saying, look, if you don't get rid of this chamber that's going to oversee judges and the judiciary, then we're going to fine you. We're going to prevent funds from getting to you, EU funds and grants. And they were threatening them with all of these types of EU sanctions. And so on August 17th, what happened is that the Polish government said, okay, they agreed. They said, we will be done with the chamber. We'll get rid of the chamber, this disciplinary chamber. So they caved in to EU demands. But the Polish government said that they're going to continue with judiciary reforms. Now, this wasn't enough for the EU. They said, not only do you have to get rid of the chamber, but no reforms either. And so we are now September, early to middle September, and the EU has said that Poland has not stopped their judiciary reforms, and they are now going to fine the Polish government a daily fine. So they sent a letter out to the government, and they said, we are going to fine you every day until you dismantle your entire judiciary structure that you guys wanted to put in place. The chamber is done. The reforms, no reforms, none of that stuff. Basically, the EU sent a letter to the Polish government saying, we're in charge of your judiciary. That's pretty much the message that they sent to the government. So when the minister got this letter from the EU, he said, this is unjust, this is an aggressive act on the part of the EU, so on and so forth. And that's where we are today. We are at the point where on August 17th, the Polish government learned a very difficult lesson, which is that if you compromise with the European Union and give in to the European Union, well, the EU is not going to stop there. They're going to want more and more. And that's exactly what has happened. They got what they wanted on the 17th with dismantling the chamber, but now they want the whole judiciary. And that's where we stand today. And it's important. This is really important because basically what the EU is saying, not only to Poland, but to all the member states, is that not only do we control your financial system, not only do we control your political system, but we are going to control your judiciary system. Now, whether you agree with this, with the, where am I going here? Whether you agree with the reforms in the judiciary that the Polish government is undertaking is neither here nor there. This was an elected government, democratically elected. If the citizens of Poland decide that they're not in favor of these reforms, well, they can vote the government out. They can protest. I think there were protests actually as well. And there's all kinds of mechanisms that the citizens of Poland can undertake to get the government to pull back on their reforms. But no, the EU says, no, we want control. We want control. And that's the important part to this story, is that the European Union is inserting itself into the judicial system of a sovereign nation, of a member state, and they're inserting themselves to take control of that judicial system. And so, I'm going to cross the street here. And so, what's left for the EU to take? They've got the financial, they've got the political. The minute they set precedent and take over the judicial, then you know this is going to carry over to every member state. All that's left is the military. And there's a lot of people in the halls of Brussels who are saying it's time for an EU army as well. So the EU superstate is pushing forward, and this is important stuff what's happening in Poland right now, because if the Polish government agrees to dismantle their entire judiciary reform policy and give their whole legal system to the European Union, then it's game over. It's game over for every EU member state, and the only thing that's left is a freaking EU army. And you know that they're talking about it. They are talking about it. Joseph Borrell, the equivalent of a finance minister for the European Union, he said in a statement the other day, it's time for an EU army after everything that happened in Afghanistan. He said, we can't depend on the US anymore or NATO. We need to build our own army. And so it's happening. It's happening. Let's see what plays out in the next few days with these EU fines against Poland. Let's see what the Polish government decides. I'm certain they're going to cave in, because they've already given up the formation of this disciplinary chamber. I'm sure they're going to scrap all judiciary reforms as well, and the EU is going to get its way, and then they're just going to carry over the control of the legal system of member states across all the EU members, and that is going to happen. I know that the EU court, supposedly the EU court takes precedent on decisions across Europe, but still, the EU inserting itself in all levels of the legal system of a sovereign state is pretty incredible. It's pretty brash and pretty bold. So, swerve in. So that's the video, everybody, coming to you from the Kazimierz district. And beautiful place, the Duran.locals.com. You'll find the link down below at the Duran shop. Use the code REALNEWS and get 10% off. Take care.